Alright, this is take 2, because during my first rant, which was about 18 minutes, apparently my mic wasn't working, so I've tested it. It is now. Now I'm in an even better mood. Just got finished watching WWE Money in the Bank, the pay-per-view. I don't even know where to begin, truthfully. What a shitty pay-per-view. What do I want to do? Do I want to split it between... Do I want to go match by match? Do I want to split it between SmackDown and Raw? That seems reasonable that way. If I rant too long on any one thing, I can split it up. Alright, the Raw side. Let's start with least consequential to less least consequential, because really nothing mattered from the SmackDown side. We started off the night, which is always a good way to start off, of course, is with the Divas Championship. You know what? The Divas Championship isn't even SmackDown. So, no, fuck it. I'm going to talk about SmackDown. I'm going to do what I said. But I just wanted to set the tone for you. It's never good when a pay-per-view starts with the Divas Championship match. Anyway. So, Layla from Layla, went up against Kelly for the women's title. Now, yeah, I'm kind of mad because I lost in the prediction, but it doesn't stop the fact that Layla isn't really that good. I mean, Michelle McCool is the better of the two in terms of wrestling. Layla's hotter, but Michelle's the better of the two when it comes to wrestling. She's boring sometimes, but she's the better of the two. Kelly, I can't really say much about her other than the fact that she's improved a lot, and I think she deserves the title more than Layla does. And it would have been a really interesting angle to have Kelly somehow be co-women's champion with Michelle McCool. That would have been an interesting angle. That'd be something I'd tune in to see, just to see what happens. I don't know. But Layla wins, and it's boring, and nobody cares, so I'll move on. The Money in the Bank match between those 8 guys that I don't feel like listing because my brain would hurt trying to think of all the guys in that match that should have won but didn't. It was a pretty good spot fest match. There was actually a moment in the match that I would have loved to see happen if it actually went through. You've got Matt Hardy and Christian, who've had this rivalry building up over the last couple weeks. Neither of them have had a world title run in WWE. They've both been ECW champions. They've both had former tag team partners go on to win the world title multiple times. Very good rivalry between the two over who deserves or who wants it more. And you had a part where they're both beating the hell out of each other trying to get down the briefcase. And I think it would have been awesome to have both of them come down with the briefcase. And then you could have a series of matches, like make it a best of 5 or best of 7 series of matches over who gets to hold the briefcase. I would have taken that finish because it would have been something unpredictable, even if it meant that I lost the fact that I predicted the winner of the SmackDown Money in the Bank would go on and cash it in later in the night. I predicted that. I called it. It happened. Instead, Kane wins it. So, spoiler alert, Kane's now going to have a world title shot later in the match. Spoiler alert. Kane. Alright, there's a lot of good up-and-comers in that match. I like Dolph Ziggler. Okay? He doesn't get to do a whole lot, but I like him. And I think he deserves some sort of championship. Should he have gotten the Money in the Bank? No, but he deserves it more than Kane. Cody Rhodes has impressed the hell out of me ever since he's come to SmackDown. The aforementioned Matt Hardy and Christian both deserve a main event run, let alone a world title. Big Show was in there because it was nice to have him there. Kofi Kingston had some good spots, and Drew McIntyre was actually out of it for most of the match. There was a time when I thought he was going to come in and win it until Kane chokeslammed him and won it eventually. But he was out of it for most of the match, which I'm not complaining about. I don't like seeing Fabio in there. It was a good match with a horrible, wrong, didn't deserve to happen ending. And not because it's a botched ending, it's just the wrong guy went over. I mean, Kane hasn't done anything worthwhile in a decade. Kane's the type of person that you give the title to when you're building him up to be a monster, and then he's that monster guy that everybody has to try to go through at some point to get over. It happened with MVP. It happened with... Fuck, I can't think of any right now. But that's the type of role that Kane deserves to have. Not world title contender. You know, you send him up against a babyface or a heel, whatever you decide to make Kane this week. You send him up against a champion to test him, but he doesn't win it. He's a main event-ish, but really he's just upper mid-card. But, I mean, SmackDown, I don't know what they've been doing for the last month. I mean, the Undertaker situation with Rey Mysterio getting the title and the horrible booking of Jack Swagger. Somebody actually went through and they tracked Jack Swagger's world title matches since he got the championship, and he had like 4 victories out of 15 or something ridiculous. And I think half of them were in tag teams. So, you tell me why he wasn't over. And so you're going to go and have him get a great personality where he's going to be, you know, I will make everyone suffer until I get my title back. And he has a ankle lock, which you're selling as being devastating, and he's taking out Big Show and Rey Mysterio with this. So he's just going to plow through the competition until he gets his title back. That is how you book him. You book him as a wrestling monster who can out-wrestle you, can out-think you. You have to heart your way through a match with him, because if you give him an inch, he will take a yard. That's how you book Swagger, not however the hell they've been doing it, which has been horribly. But, okay, so Rey Mysterio hurts The Undertaker, so he's out of commission, so they give Mysterio the title, and now Kane has the title. Because after the match, where Mysterio loosens his boot so that the next time Swagger goes to put him in the ankle lock, the boot comes out, he slips out of the hold, he hits a 619-ish type of thing, does the Hurricane Rana flip into a pin, and pins him. And so Swagger just starts beating the crap out of him after the match, because he can't believe he lost. Out comes Kane to make the save. Kane chases Swagger to the back. Rey Mysterio's music hits again. He starts celebrating, and then Kane's music hits, and he comes out with the briefcase and beats the shit out of Rey Mysterio and wins the title. I'm going to repeat that again just because it bears repeating. Kane is now the champion of SmackDown. What the fuck, SmackDown? What the fuck? I'm done with SmackDown. Let's head to Raw.